My class is for men. Men are administrators. You need to go home and be a housewife. I smiled and I said, Dr. Nunnery, I am not going anywhere. I'm going to be a tough administrator because guess what? You're going to teach me the strategies. Then one day I walked in class, and you know in Florida it's so hot. And I was young then. Younger than I am now, but he always had something to say, excuse me, about my shorts or about my top or the way I dressed. So I wouldn't say anything because I was not going to get under his bad side or get under his damper. So I went to Dr. Lewis because I felt I could go to Dr. Lewis about anything. And I told Dr. Lewis, I said, Dr. Lewis, I need you to do me a favor. And he said, what is that? I said, I need you to say something to Dr. Nunnery about the remarks he makes about me all the time. When I said they're not bad, but they are inappropriate. And I said, and I gave him an example of some of the things he would say. I said, please speak to him and please advise him that I am a married woman with a child. And I came here as a part of my journey to get this degree. And I am not interested in anyone, and I would be most appreciative if he would be careful what the kind of comments he make about me when I walk in the class. Because when I walk in my classes, I'm dressed very appropriate. I'm a very matured young lady. And I don't walk around dressed like some of the little young ladies on campus walk.
So what did the doctor say to you?
Well, Dr. Lewis, he took care of it again.
Did
he? He took care of everything. And then when it was time for me to defend my dissertation, guess who he chose to be on my committee? Dr. Nunnery. And oh my Lord, did he drill me. He drilled me, but I was ready for him. I was ready for all of them.
So were any of your teachers in Florida, were any of them African American, or were all your teachers white?
All my teachers were white.
And all the administrators
now
there were white?
They had two. They had a black female lady on staff, and they had a black male on staff. But I didn't take classes from them. But I did get to know Dr. Hattie Besant very, very close because I needed a mentor that was like me. While Dr. Lewis was wonderful, you know, he was a white man. And so there are things that I couldn't say to him that I could say to Dr. Hattie Besant. And I really had two guides helping me along this journey.
So you get your PhD, then what do you do?
I didn't get a PhD. I got an EDD.
EDD, okay.
Yes. So after I got my EDD, I came back to Richmond, and Dr. Willett told me there was another program coming out that he wanted me to supervise and oversee. And that was a continuation of a master's degree program for administrators who had potential to become a principal in the Richmond City Schools. So he allowed me, along with the principals, to select 25 teachers who had master's degrees to participate in this program. And the program was especially designed to train principals differently to work with prospective principals. So this grant was through Virginia Commonwealth University and Virginia State University, because Virginia Union doesn't offer a master's degree, and Virginia State. And one of the things I can say that about Dr. Howard Willett, he was a very, very wonderful man, just as intelligent, but so lovely to work for. You couldn't help but go to beyond the call of duty to support him. And he would always say, now make sure the people you choose are people that will make our program successful. And I said, okay, I will do that. And so a group of principals, we got together and we interviewed prospective principals. And so my husband came through the program under me and earned his master's degree at no expense whatsoever.
Now, were these African American?
No, this was a mixture.
Okay.
African American as well as Caucasians,
okay.
Yes.
And it was 25 that you
25
chose?
of them, yes.
Okay. And how long did you run that program?
I ran that program for 3 years.
So then after that, did you go to Manassas?
No, after that I decided I'd had enough of the Richmond Public Schools, And I saw an article in the paper where Virginia Union University was looking for an adjunct professor to run their weekend school. That's when the concept of the weekend college was first introduced. And so they hired me as a director, and I doubled their enrollment.
Okay.
And so I stayed there for 2.5 years, and I said, this is not what I want. I got to get back to public education, And I saw an article in the newspaper, and it said that the city of Manassas was opening up a brand new school division. They were pulling away from Prince William County because they did not like the caliber of education those kids on that end of the county were getting. And so I came up and I interviewed for that. I really came up to be interviewed for the associate superintendent. But I knew I wasn't ready for the position, but I wanted to interview anyway, just to see the questions they asked. And so before leaving, I noticed that when they finished this, the board chairman and the 2 board members and the associate superintendent, I saw them tell me, wait a moment, and they got up and they went